Hey there! In this video, we're going to take a look at the list widget, and I'm going to show you some ways in which you can configure it and customize it. For us to get started, let's bring in a new list widget into the canvas. And here we have a list widget showing up in the canvas. And the first option we have to configure is the items array. Notice that this is an array of objects where each object would be used to build the items showing up in the list. So this is really important that you pass in an array here. And the array you can pass in here can come from an API call, a DB query, or another widget that returns a list of objects. So moving on, we have the option to configure the background color of the list widget. Here we can specify a custom hex color, which will be used as the background color, or we can go ahead to choose one from this predefined list. So I'm going to be picking green, and we can see that the background color of the list widget is green. And similarly, we can also specify the background color of each item in the list widget. We can supply a hex color right here, or we can choose a predefined color, and that is going to be applied on each item on the list. We can also set the spacing between each item in the list, and the spacing will show up right here between each item on the list. We can specify the spacing in pixels, say for example 20 pixels, and here we can see a 20 pixel space showing up between each item on the list. We can set the visibility of the list widget using the visibility toggle, or we can go into JavaScript mode and write some conditional logic that would set the visibility of the list widget. And for actions, we can choose to call an action whenever an item on the list is clicked on. Say for example, we can choose to show a message whenever the item on the list is clicked. And for that message, in this demo, I'm just going to show the number of the item clicked on the list. So for example, I'm going to access the list, and I'm going to be accessing the selected item.num. And for the list type, we're just going to say info. And clicking on this item would show me an info alert message specifying the number of the item that was clicked on the list. And that's basically it for the configuration of the list widget. One thing you notice is that each list item is a container widget, and what this means is that you can basically use whatever widget you want within it. Say for example, I can bring in a text widget and set its text to be the name of the current item that is on the list. Say for example, I can say cute and we can see that each item showing up on the list widget has its name showing up with a cute text before it. So that is how you can easily configure items within the list widget. And right here at the bottom, we have an automatically generated number-based navigation for each item on the list. So this is automatically generated, you do not have to worry about it. And we can go ahead to deploy this. And here we have our list widget showing up with items within it, and we can easily navigate through the items using this number navigation at the bottom of the list widget. So this has been the list widget, and I hope you found this video helpful.